Yo, th- I stress voting when I like I cannot stress to you how important voting is. Like, not just presidential, not just in the presidential elections, because those are important. Yes, you definitely need to vote in them because, for one, Trump needs to go, like 110%. That's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. Like, those are important. But city, state, and local are elections are all important as well for this exact reason. Like, your boards, your school boards are elected, like your city mayor, your county commissioners, like all of these people that are in the positions to select police chiefs and fucking fire chiefs and these constables and marshals and these people that are in your communities that are interacting with you and your kids. These people that you are seeing on a daily basis that have an impact on you that you don't think about until you are on the fucking ground with the cops' knees on your neck. Do you realize that these people, that these officers are literally working under a person that who even knows? I want to go back to the root of it. You can't just look at this one officer. There was 4 officers there. Yes, there was an officer that had his knee on this man's neck. Yes, he for sure should be held accountable. Yes, he for sure was the one. He knew what he was doing. I believe he intentionally knew what he was doing. There's no way in hell that you did not think that you were suffocating this man. This man is telling you that he can't breathe. He stated multiple times. Not only did this man state this, but I haven't seen the dash cam video, so nor has anyone else, so we can't say for sure that the man was being belligerent, but that's what they say. Even if that was the case, say you pull me out the car for a traffic violation, mind you, it is noted that he was pulled over for a traffic violation. All of this ensued. He was violent when you pulled him out the car. Cool. You got him on the ground, and at this point, he's now telling you, I can't breathe. Your knee is on his neck for multiple minutes. Multiple minutes. For what? You stopped this man for a traffic violation, first of all, so the use of all of this force is already questionable, even if the person was like, I'm very curious as to why this man would have been hostile if there was nothing to worry about. It was a simple traffic violation. Like, we haven't seen the footage, so we don't know, but I feel like there's more to that story. That's neither here nor there. The thicker question and the more pivotal question for me is, you knew this man is not a threat to you at this point. Your knee has been on his neck for at least 30 seconds, a minute. He's telling you, I can't breathe, ouch, this hurts, how long are you going to be on me? There's people around saying, how long are you gonna hold this man? He's not resisting. He's telling you he's not resisting. There's another fucking officer standing, 3 other officers standing literally right there, and you're all just watching this man die. That's why I say it's intentional. You literally just stood there. None of them said anything. That's the part that should be like more shocking, is that fucking 3 officers were there and they literally watched it. Y'all, they watched it. Do you know how accustomed you have to be to something like that, to just sit there and be like, okay, he just got his fucking knee on this man's neck for, that's a minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes at this point. This man had his knee on this man's neck for up to 7 minutes. That's what the reports are saying, 7 minutes. I don't know numbers for sure. I'm gonna say 4 minutes, and if it comes out that that it was 7 minutes, that's even worse. But 4 minutes is 4 minutes too long. Like, it doesn't take 4 minutes with your knee on someone's neck to subdue them. Like, 4 minutes with 4 officers. Like, how was it okay for it to take that long? Like, you got all these officers and you really gonna say that it's... This is why it's important to vote. Because these officers all had to have been trained and or groomed and or accustomed to this type of behavior. Period, point blank. There's no other way around it. You cannot sit there, stand there, and watch someone do something like that and not have a visceral reaction to it if you think it's wrong. Like, I don't care if you're an officer or not. If I was an officer, I would say, yo, bruh, he not resisting. I'm gonna need you to get up. Like, we could cuff him. Like, what are you doing? You literally are just sitting there with your foot on his neck, looking around, like, just chilling, like, suffocating this man. Like, you're literally suffocating this man. Like, that's why I think it was intentional. I honestly think this was murder. I doubt that that's what's gonna happen. I highly doubt that that's what's gonna happen. Even if they give this man the murder charge, boom, we're gonna get this man the murder charge because that's what the public wants. Like, that's the big thing to do. Like, he's not gonna get convicted of that. This man is a cop. There's 4 of them. So, I mean, there's gonna be indictments that are gonna be handed down. So far, they fired them. You have fired them. What the fuck is that gonna do? Like, they literally just gonna go and get a job somewhere else. The cop that killed Sandra Bland in Texas literally just went and got a job somewhere else. He was a cop before he came here and was terminated for bad behavior and moved here and killed Sandra Bland. Like, this is a pattern. It's nothing to them to get a new job if you just slap them on the wrist and say, okay, it's fine. You killed this man. It was in self-defense, or it was in whatever the fuck reason you want to use as your excuse to intentionally murdering this man. What I feel. My personal opinion, I think it's intentional murder. That is neither here nor there. We will see. There's going to be indictments that are going to come out. There are going to be things that are going to be said. Think videos. I'm sure they're going to fucking release that dash cam because people are going to want that. People are going to want to see that. I want to see that. I want, not the dash cam, the body cam, because there's no way that you will actually know. People are going to say things, people are going to suspect things, but a video tells you, you can't dispute that. That's indisputable evidence. And regardless of what the video shows, I want a time from start to finish. How long was your knee on this man's neck? Like, how long? How long did all 4 of y'all think that this was okay? Because all 4 of y'all are, in my opinion, guilty. There was 4 of y'all. I want to know how long from start to finish y'all sat there and watched and thought this was okay. Because that, at the end of the day, is not okay. Like, there's a problem in this country. There's a problem with people just not having an understanding. Like, I feel like, personally, I don't have to agree with you. I have Republican friends. Now, there's a way to have a conversation. That's the key word. Like, most people not having conversations, you having arguments or disagreements. When you yelling and screaming, you can't hear the other side. You have to actually listen. That's why I say that voting is so important, because at the end of the day, these people all you voted for, like, unintentionally or secondhand and inadvertently, who voted for these people, or you didn't vote for these people and these were the people that around you actually did go out and vote and they are getting what they want. I feel like personally, and I know the numbers show that black people have numbers. Now, not that that's for good for one party or bad for one party, because at the end of the day, I don't care what any party has. Like, it's what the person of that party is doing. You need to look into every person. When you get down to city and local politics, yeah, it's partisan. People say they're Republicans, people say they're Democrats, but look into these people. These people all have platforms and things. You on your phone and you looking at stuff anyway. Like, read something that's actually going to be beneficial to your life and be like, that's actually going to have a meaning, that's actually going to do something for you. Because in when these elections happen and these constables get in, they all have votes. They all oversee city ordinances and city guidelines and fucking zones and everything. Literally everything that you can think of that happens in your city is, in any city, is voted on. You have, these people are elected. These people have somebody behind them that's backing them. And it's not, no matter if the person red, green, blue, or purple, or orange, whatever political party it's on, when you get down to the locality of it, the smallness of it, these small cities, people say they're Democrats, people say they're Republicans, and it's all the same thing. At the end of the day, what are you going to do for me? I don't care what you are politically. What are your beliefs? What's your stance on guns? What's your stance on abortion? How do you feel about schools? Like, should teachers have guns? Should teachers not have guns? Do you feel like we should have officers in schools? Like, I grew up with officers in schools, so that's not foreign to me. But I don't feel like we should put it on our teachers and make them feel like, if something go down, I gotta pull my Glock. Like, that's not her job. That's not his job. Like, bro, I'm teaching this class. I'm trying to get my students safe. I know if anything would have went down when I was in school, my teachers would have been trying to get us safe. Like, yeah, we got some teachers that would have probably been about that, I'm sure. But at the end of the day, our police officers had an office downstairs. We had multiple, we didn't have Dickinson, we didn't have our local police officers. We had sheriffs, our county sheriffs in our schools, and they were in all the schools. Like, elect people like that will actually understand and look into, or if you don't agree with that, at least look into it and figure out what you do agree with. I personally don't think that teachers should have that responsibility. It's not up to them. I don't want my teacher to get shot having to defend me. That's not their job. They're here to teach me. I need them to be my teacher. I need that police officer that we paying our taxes for it anyway, that's sitting downstairs to do something. I need him to understand the protocols that they supposed to have in effect before this happened. That's what I need. Like, you don't understand what you're voting for. Understand what these people that are elected are doing. And understand that your vote has power. Like, understand what is going on around you. I can never my biggest thing, I literally want to learn something new every day. I say that every day. Every day I say that. You want to learn something new. I want to learn something new every day. Learning, no matter what it is, big, small, I don't care if it's I may learn that this church was built in 1920 by slaves, and then the next day I might learn that this type of grass only grows in Texas. Like, it doesn't matter what it is, any type of any knowledge, all knowledge is good knowledge. Nobody can ever take knowledge away from you. Knowledge is power. Like, I cannot express that more. Like, don't let nobody, I mean, it's good to have influences, yes. I love to have influences. It's good to look up to people, and everybody have people that they look up to and that they understand, that they feel like they can connect to. That's good. But always get your own information. Like, I don't care what you tell me, bro. I'm gonna go look it up. I'm gonna find out if that's facts. Like, I want to see what's good. Just from my knowledge, I'm glad that you told me, you put me up. I'm not saying that I don't believe you, but I want to know for my knowledge. That's just that. You may give me half of it, but I don't want half the story. I want the whole story. Like, I want to understand from start to finish, this is what happened. This is how it happened. This is how it happened. This is what happened. This is how it happened. I'm the person that watch Grey's Anatomy twice. Like, I'm the type of person that I listen to albums multiple times. Like, I listen to songs multiple times. I want to hear every bar. Like, I want to hear everything. I want to pay attention. I want to learn everything. You need to pay it. It's knowledge is power. It will always go back to knowledge is power. Nobody can ever take that away from you, no matter what you're learning. Specifically in this moment, you need to be learning about politics. You need to be learning about local politics and what these city officials are doing, and these people now I keep saying you, but I don't mean that like as a whole, like us, but literally us as a whole, not us, but them. Y'all need to pay attention, and us, we need to pay attention and realize who we're voting for, what we're voting for, and why we voting for it. Realize who with you and who ain't with you. Everybody can't eat at your table. Like, you could come to the party, that's cool. I'm gonna invite you to the party, come over, that's what's up. Come over, that's cool. But I don't know about you eating at the table. You're gonna have to eat over there on the couch with the fam. Well, eat over there with your kids, that's cool. Like, everybody can't eat at your table. It's cool, you could come to the party. Everybody want allies. We want people to be in this with us. But what I'm not gonna do also is wait on you to come help me. Like, if you don't agree with something, go vote for it. If you feel like you're not getting something out of it, say something. Like, that's with politics, that's with anything. I make sure that I pay attention to politics. In this specific instance, this is why I vote. City, state, local, all that. And I'm voting for president. Like, we need to pay attention and make sure that your president is giving you what you need. It starts from the top down. I've always said that. That's with business, that's with politics, that's with anything. It starts from the top down. Parents train their kids. Their parents train them. They learn from them. Like, it's all trained down, and we're supposed to do better. Like, as the generations move on, we're supposed to do better. Everything is passed down. So, I feel like we all gotta pay attention. At some point, Freddie Gray, Sandra Bland, Philando Castile, like Freddie Gray, Trayvon Martin, like, these names, we should not be able to, like, remember names like that. At some point, you gotta realize, alright, bro, alright. Regardless of how you feel about any issue, just at least listen to the other side. You gotta be able to listen and try to understand what's going on. Try to make your own judgment. That's my personal feeling. Be grown enough to at least make your own judgment. Not be grown enough, but not be grown enough, but yeah, like, be grown enough to read, like, pay attention, because at the end of the day, if you gonna complain about it, you tired of hearing, you tired of seeing, we are too. But you know what? Stop that. Doing something about it. Voting. Paying attention. Understanding who you voted for, and knowing that this person believe in this person they're not gonna do that. I'm not voting for you if you don't. If my mayor don't think that we should have cops in schools, like, what are we doing? I personally love the community that I grew up in. Like, it's got its pros, it's got its cons, but at the end of the day, like, the school district is great. School district is great. Like, there's plenty of opportunity to work. There's plenty of opportunity to go to school. There's plenty of things to do. There's also plenty of things to get into, but that's at any place. You can't run away from that. It's how you teach your kids, how you bring people up, and what you elect. We've had good mayors, we've had bad mayors. At the end of the day, I personally feel like it's gone good here. Vote. At the end of the day, vote. Everything comes down to a vote. You think it's not important, and it is. This corona, if any, outside of this, a side note, because I don't want to take away the importance. There's so many different things I feel like I covered and I want to cover more in depth. This shooting just, it was so wild. I felt like I just had to say something. Like, I didn't want it to start this YouTube channel for a minute. I didn't want it to, I done had so many ideas. I don't want it to start this YouTube channel for a minute. I don't want it to do this for a long time, but that's neither here nor there. But this right here made me go, okay, yeah, we got to start right now. We got to, at least, I'm trying to wake up, like, the people around me. Like, I want the people around me to wake up, then maybe if the people around me wake up, we can wake up, they can wake up the people around them. People around them start waking up the people around them. We're going to wake up eventually. People are going to start at least paying attention and understanding for their self what's going on. I don't care if you believe I don't want you to believe everything that I say, cool. But if you listen, I'm glad you listened and you giving me the chance to hear my opinion, share yours. I want to hear your opinion. That's what this is. Like, I want us to have our opinions, but that's the key. My opinions are, for the most part, I always try to base everything I say in facts. I literally just told you, I read all day. That's what I want to do. I want to make sure that I'm telling you everything that is correct. Sometimes if I'm wrong, correct me. It's cool. But make sure you got your facts, because if you correct me and you wrong, I'm going to tell you that. Like, if we're going to have this discussion, we're going to have it, but it's going to be educated and it's going to be correct. We're not about to just have no discussion. You're not about to just, oh, I feel like this, I feel like that. I feel like this too, but our feels don't matter right now. Facts do. That's what's important. That's just that. I feel like this channel was coming for a long time, but what's really been coming is like the awakeness that people need. We need to wake up, and like, regardless of how I feel, we all need to feel like we need to be empowered enough that our vote matters. No matter who you are, black, white, Asian, gay, straight, Mexican, whoever you are, like, everybody need to vote. Everybody needs to vote. We all need to vote. Everybody. Like, I don't care if you're voting for Donald. I don't want you to. I'm not. If you are, like, wow, explain that to me. Why? What's good? Like, what is he really doing for you? For you specifically. You. Because I don't have any millionaire friends, and that's really all he doing stuff for. So if you're not a millionaire, let me know what Donald did for you. But outside of that, I feel like everybody deserves their chance. Everybody should vote. Everybody should vote. But everybody needs to do their research. And I cannot, like, stress this enough. Multiple sources. Fox News, CNN, like, they're good. Yeah, if that's what you want to read, that's what you want to listen to, cool. But have more than one source. Like, I read everything. I had an iPhone, so literally Apple pop up everything. I get MSNBC, New York Post, Washington, literally everything. Vanity Fair, like everything. Everything pops up on my Apple. Like, I have everything. So it doesn't matter. You should read regardless. Understand what's going on. Understand how your board works. What this board is voting for. What that does for your community. Understand what's happening in these elections. Understand who's running and what they're running for. Like, understand what these people can and can't do for you. Understand that. Like, read a little bit. It only takes a little bit to understand, to just get a little bit of knowledge and see that if that person is or ain't for you, that's all it is. That's all it is. Like, all you have to do is read. It take a little bit of reading for you to have to know, oh, I believe in this person, I believe in that person. I don't care who you vote for. At the end of the day, you just need to vote and know that my vote counted. I felt like we voting for what matters. Because at the end of the day, when you don't vote, the people that are voting are winning. Because at the end of the day, they're gonna go out there and get theirs. They're gonna canvass. People that are running, they're gonna canvass. They're gonna knock on doors. They're gonna make phone calls. People are gonna go out and vote. And in their hopes, they're gonna win. But in your hopes and in our hopes, we should want to win too. I want us all to win. We need to win together. But we can't win if only they winning. At some point, we gotta win together. Like, you're not just about to keep demolishing us. That's what's not gonna happen. So we can't do that. We can't just let them forever keep shooting us. We can't forever let them keep locking us out. Like, we didn't literally put this country on our back and build this. Like, let's really not talk about it. You don't want me to get in that. You don't want me to talk about it like that. We really put this country on our back and built it. Let's not talk about that, because that's really what's good. But that's neither here nor there. What's really pivotal and important right now is that you need to vote. You need to vote. She need to vote. He need to vote. She need to vote. He ain't old enough to vote, but when he is, he need to vote. He need to go watch his mama vote and his daddy vote, his uncles, his brothers, and his cousins. Like, you need to go vote. It needs to be a thing. Like, people need to understand how important it is for your community and yourself. It's important. Certain things need to be important. Like, you need to care about. At some point, you have to be mature enough and old enough to know, okay, at the end of the day, like, this person gonna be right tax law. When we talking about presidents, presidents, okay, the president writes tax law. President got all kinds of powers. Like, let's not talk about that. This is not his. This really ain't. This is not the video to talk about him, because we could go forever. But the president writes all kinds of laws. The president can do anything, so you should know what your president believes in, period. But your governors are very important. We all seen firsthand what governors can and can't do, what they will and won't do, what they are and aren't willing to do during this coronavirus pandemic. We all saw what our governors really were, who they really were. We saw Greg, we saw you. I mean, I didn't always saw you. I've never agreed with Greg Abbott. I have never agreed with Greg Abbott. So that's neither here nor there either. But what is pivotal is that you need to vote. Like, that's important. Because at the end of the day, I don't want my nieces and nephews growing up in this. When I do have kids, it hopefully won't be like this. I'm still trying to travel a couple of years and whatnot. Hopefully, when I do decide to have kids, all of this not going on. Because this, nah. Tell you what, if I had a baby during this time, I feel bad for y'all because them baby books, I'm that type of person. I'm not writing that. I'm not. So my baby's president would have been Barack Obama. Like, I would have just been a lie. You gonna have to learn that on your own, research that on your own. But for me, in my baby book, that's what I would have wrote. This is my baby book. I'll give it to you when you're old enough. But for me, I'm gonna write you lost your first tooth here. This is for me, for my future reference. Period. Like, this is just not the time for that for me. I feel bad for you people that did, because I really been meaning to start this channel and I wanted to get this video out. This is the perfect way to start the channel, because at the end of the day, I wanted to do a welcome video, and this is what I plan on doing. Yeah, I want to do pranks, and I want to do, it's all kinds of stuff. Like, I plan on doing a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff I want to talk about. There's all kinds of stuff that I want to do. But what's most important, what's really going on, what we really gonna do right now is we gonna encourage voting. We gonna encourage voting. We gonna tell people to vote. We gonna look into who's running city, state, local, all that. We paying attention to politics. We paying attention to that. I share this kind of stuff. That stuff is important. I want you to share your opinion with me. We all need to have these conversations. We all need to talk about this, because at the end of the day, the presidential election, it's May. We vote in November, June, July, August, September, October, November. That's 6 months. We vote in 6 months on the president of the United States. And that's important, because in 6 months, that's gonna determine where our country is going to go. And our this coronavirus already put our economy, it's already shaky, y'all. This man invested, I don't even remember what the actual number is. It's $1 trillion, over $1 trillion, trillion with a T, into the stock market for it to crash like 15, maybe 20 minutes later during the pandemic. When it first started happening, the stock market went wild. Y'all remember that? It crashed, and he invested a crap ton of money for it to crash again and our economy to be unstable. Like, the overall look at the stock market right now, it's not good. It's not good. And I mean, at the end of the day, it might bounce back, but that's neither here nor there for real people. Like, that's really what the most important thing is. That's neither here nor there for us. That's what really mattered. Like, all these people that were running and pulling their stocks, like, we are really struggling during this pandemic. Like, people really died. Like, all kinds of stuff was happening. So, like, the stock market, regardless, is a sign of where your country is going. You need to read and understand that. And it's not looking good. We need to do better. And if 45 gets the opportunity to be reelected, I mean, he already has the opportunity to be reelected, but if he gets reelected, I personally feel like it would not be good for the country. I already think he's not good for the country. That's not being disputed here. But I do think that his re-election right now would be very bad, just because the coronavirus put us in a very bad place. We are nearing 100,000 deaths at this point. They said we would never get to this point. We just slowly crap here, but I've known that this is where we were going regardless. Like, I've known that this is what we were doing. I've known that we were gonna get to 100,000. So for me, it was just more along the lines of, what are we gonna do now? What are we gonna do now? I think it's time that we realize that politics is important, voting is important, and who we elect at the end of the day really does matter, because our people are dying. They shooting up schools. Like, the crazy thing is, we haven't had a school shooting. Records are being broken for not having school shootings. Let me know in what world is that okay? I'll wait. Because that shouldn't be breaking news, but it is. I think we going on, 3 months of no school shootings. There was literally one every month for the entire school year. Mind you, it was cut short by the coronavirus. But somewhere in America, there was domestic terrorism. You heard what I said? Google that. Understand that. That's another video for another time. Because we always want to say that it's black people and they criminals and it's this Mexican rapists and all of this other stuff. But I said domestic terrorists for a reason. Because domestic terrorists, when you look up the definition of a domestic terrorist, is someone that is a homegrown, means they was born wherever the hell the crime occurred. Let's say we talking about America. We talking about, what school shooting we want to talk about? We want to talk about Columbine. We want to talk about Santa Fe. We want to talk about school shooters. Those were all, I feel like, little domestic terrorists. Like, these are the problems. You say that these are the issues that need to be addressed. When are we going to talk about these? When? At the end of the day, voting should be on everybody's mind, and voting should be done. I don't care who you believe in, I don't care what you believe in. I feel like for me, this channel is going to let me get my opinions across. Let me discuss what's going on in politics, culture, whatever. I'm going to talk about everything. I read everything, as you just heard. What it will also do is it will allow for conversation. It will allow for a conversation to be had. I don't care if you agree with me or not. I'm not here for bashing and all that other stuff. All of that shit don't bother me. I'm not worried about none of that. What we need to worry about is when people are voting. We need people to vote and people to actually pay attention, because at the end of the day, people are dying. Y'all kids gotta grow up in this world. Like, at the end of the day, you think it don't involve you, but it does. You think it's not important to you, but it does. It's not real until it hits you. It's not important until it's important. And that's just that. Like, it starts from the top down, and anything. And that's the most important thing. So throughout this channel, you're gonna get political videos. That's coming. Anybody that knows me knows that that's definitely what's gonna happen. But we talking about everything. I got pranks and everything. We doing it all. This channel there's gonna be some fun that's gonna be had. Let's just say that. I got a lot of stuff that I want to do. We gonna have some fun. Why not? Let's have some fun with YouTube, y'all. That just let you know how frustrated I was and how important I felt like this conversation was. That I did it. Yo, this glare on my glasses is pissing me off, but whatever. It is what it is. I just went for a drive and had this conversation because I felt like it needed to be had. But at the end of the day, this is how you know I felt like the conversation needed to be had, though. Y'all, I came outside of my do-rag. I literally went to work. I didn't even know I read this morning, I don't know if I was on break or I don't know what happened. When I'm at work, it goes by so fast that I'm in and I'm out, or at least I try to be. I try to get in there, do my job, and get out, because I don't have time for everything they have going on in there. That's a whole nother video for a whole nother time. But I saw something about the shooting, and I was like, I'll read it when I get off. And then I called my dad, and then he was talking about it, and I was like, well, I'm gonna look into it, because you know me, once again, I told you, I don't care what you tell me, I'm gonna go read. I want to know more. I want to know everything that happened thus far. I want to know from my knowledge, my personal gain, what is going on. What happened in this situation, period. That's just me. I want to know what happened, how it happened. That's why I feel like we need to be in any situation. We all need to understand every situation for what it is, period. So when he told me that, I was like, all right, bet. I'm going to go look and see what happened, which I did, and immediately enraged me, which caused me to come here and do this. So now we are here. I took a shower when I got off work, and it was like, yeah, I'm going to go record that video immediately. Now, I'm hoping that I can get this video edited. I don't know if I'm going to use the cuss words or not. I didn't cuss that much. I was trying not to, because anybody that knows me know I tend to use those swear words very loosely, but I try to be conservative. I will try to be conservative. However, I don't. But I'm not gonna censor myself. I'm gonna let them fly. Let it fly, let it fly, let it fly. Nah, probably not. I don't know, we'll see. But until then, that's that for that. All I can say is that we're just vote. That's all you can do. All we can do is vote. And with that, like and subscribe to this channel, because it's gonna be going down. So there's gonna be more videos like this. We talking about everything. See what happens. But until then, subscribe to the channel, like and comment on this video. Let's see what happens. That's that. What's good, YouTube? You gonna see now, I haven't even decided if I'm gonna use an intro or not, but I didn't even record an intro for this video. I literally just left my house and I was just like, this is on my mind, I gotta talk about it. I had plans and I was just like, I gotta get this off. So I didn't even film an intro. Y'all already know who I am, but for those who don't, my name is Patrick, nice to meet you. This is my channel. We gonna be doing a lot on this channel. Pranks, I wanna do meet and greets, I wanna do everything. Like, I want to talk, I want different people's opinions, I want to have sit downs and like literally sit with other people and have open conversations, and I want to literally understand people's points of view. I want people to understand my point of view, and hopefully I want to inspire people to vote. Like, I want people to understand that at the end of the day, voting is important, and whether it be city, state, or local, presidential, it's all important. And when things happen in your community, you can't complain and be upset if you don't vote. I personally I feel like you complaining, but your complaining is empty. Like, you complaining, but you didn't vote. So, like, these people that are doing these things, you could have stopped, but you didn't. You thought that doing whatever you was doing when you wasn't voting was more important, when you should have been voting and knowing that these people believed in these things. So, with all of that, this was supposed to be an intro. I'm probably gonna have to trim that. We gonna see. But whatever the case may be, this is my channel. We doing all of that. We doing podcasts. I want to do everything. Pranks, I got some of them. I got it all. We talking about everything. I want to talk sports. I want to talk politics. I want to talk pop culture. I want to talk music. I want to talk everything. I want to hear what y'all got to say. I want y'all to hear what I got to say. I want my opinions known. I want to see what y'all got to say. And hopefully, with everybody talking and us having understanding from my point of view and y'all's point of view. Hopefully, I inspire some people to vote and pay attention, and those people inspire some other people. And with those people being inspired, we can change some stuff. Side note from, I hope my channel blows up and goes everywhere, but personally, locally in Texas was almost turned blue in this Senate. So in this last Senate race. So Greg Abbott better be very careful and tread lightly, because people paid attention to how he reacted to this COVID-19, and cases are still going up right now, and I personally feel like it was about the money, but that's neither here nor there. We'll have a conversation about that for sure. But regardless, I feel like people paid attention, and you need to think about that. You need to realize, when you were out of work, what did your governor do? How did he feel about it? What was he doing to personally protect you? How is he helping? What is he asking from the president? What did he do? What did she do for you personally? Did you approve of how their response was? That's the question. That's what's important. That's what I want this channel to be. I want my opinions noted, but I want y'all's opinions. We need to have a conversation for there to be change. If people not sitting down and having this conversation, it's never going to happen. You're going to understand my point of view, because it's going to come across. I'm going to get that across very clear. But I want to understand other people's points very clear as well. Points with facts. I want to hear your opinions. However, come with some facts, because I'm not just, everybody got opinions. We all got feelings, but facts is what matter, and that's just that.